Hi guys, this is Sadak from Rodman.com. In this video, we'll show you how to flash the latest EmberHeart kernel onto OnePlus 11. So what is this kernel? Well, first off, it will easily give you root access via the KernelSU Next app. Also, it support the SUSFS module, and also it has the support for the NetHunter. For the unaware, it's Android penetration software, as you might be aware, open source. So it helps you to perform various types of testing on your phone. So it supports that as well, which is quite great to see. And you could easily obtain root on your phone via the KernelSU Next app and using this kernel. Apart from that, this kernel will also give you a much better RAM read-write speed, but on the flip side, the cache deletion is not that much, so you might witness a little bit of increased RAM usage, but on the good side, you will have a much better performance. So let's try out this kernel, which also supports root, the KernelSU Next app, SUSFS module, and the NetHunter as well. So with that in mind, and a much better performance for our phone is on the cards. So if that's all well and good, let's get started. Please take a backup of all the data on your phone as well. Once you have done that, let's now flash the kernel onto our phone, OnePlus 11. So there are quite a few ways of flashing a kernel. The easiest was using a fastboot command, which I'll be doing right now. So let me show you the release section of the kernel over here. If your phone is already obtained root, you must simply flash the zip file via the kernel flasher app, but that will only work if your phone is obtained root. In our case, the phone is currently not rooted. So first we have to obtain root on our phone, and then you will flash the kernel. So for that, easiest way is to simply use flash the file in the boot partition of our phone, and we have the boot file as well. That's great to see. So if you have a custom recovery or your phone obtained root, you may use the zip file. So in recovery, flash the zip file, or if you have the flasher app, simply flash the zip file, and that's it. But since the phone is currently not rooted, in our case, we could use the EmberHeart boot img file. This is the custom kernel file. So get the file from here. And once you've got it, let's flash it onto our phone as well. For that, okay, first off, please back up the stock boot img file onto your PC. So verify the phone's build number, which is over here, stock, about device, go to version number, and please have a look at the phone's build number. Then get the exact same stock firmware for the same build number, which I've got just now. Extract it, and you will get a payload bin file. Now extract the bin file via the fastboot enhance tool. And let me show you what needs to be done now. So launch the tool, then extract the payload bin file, go to payload dumper, click on browse, choose the payload bin file from here, click on open. Now partition, search for the boot file, choose it, allow incremental, extract image, choose the location, let's say desktop, click on OK. The file will now be extracted. So we have got the stock boot img file. Now if something goes wrong during flashing, we could easily flash the stock boot file to fix all the issues. So let me just verify it once. This is the boot img file which I've just got. So it's fine now. Let's flash the kernel onto our phone. For flashing the custom kernel, first off, get the file of Android SDK platform tool from my article and extract them onto PC, and you will get the following files. Let me just verify it once. Okay, just let me remove a few files. Now you could see the following files of platform tools. One that is done, enable USB debugging and OEM unlocking. The debugging is required for ADB command. OEM unlocking is required to unlock the phone. So let's enable both the toggles. So go to settings. From there, go to about device, version, and type on version number 7 times. Then go back, go to system, dev options, and enable OEM unlocking as well as USB debugging. Let's first verify the debugging connection. So type in CMD in the address bar of platform tools, which is over here. Hit the enter key. Then type in the command of ADB devices and verify you are having an ID. As you could see, we are having the ID. If that's all well and good, then our next action is to boot the phone to fastboot mode. So let's do that. ADB reboot bootloader and hit the enter key. The phone should now be in the fastboot mode in a few seconds. So let's wait for that to happen. And likewise, also type in the command of fastboot devices and hit enter. Let's verify the fastboot as well. And you could see we're having the ID. If you're not having this ID, then please install the fastboot drivers onto your PC. The link for that is given in my article. So install the drivers, and once that is done, do a right click on the Windows icon and choose device manager. Now expand the Android phone section and verify your phone is shown here. As you could see in our case, it's shown here. Let's now flash the kernel. So first off, don't flash it. Let's first do a temporary boot, because we could verify if the file is working or not. So don't use the flash command. Let's use the boot command for now. So the kernel file is in the downloads folder, I suppose. Let's move the file inside platform tools folder. This is the file, copy it from here, paste the file here inside the platform tools. Let's rename it to something shorter. Let's say K, which stands for kernel, and we have the k.img. Let's now flash the kernel via the boot command, because we want to first test if it's working or not. So the command should be fastboot boot k.img. If the phone boots to the OS, this means the file is right and there's nothing wrong whatsoever. So please first use the boot command only and not the flash command. And now we could check if it's working or not. And the phone should now boot to the OS in a few more seconds. And if that happens, then we flash the kernel. But as of now, let's just do a check first and foremost if it's working or not. This is a great way of having a look. So we could see we are now inside the OS. So we now have got the custom kernel. The file is working well and good. Let's now make the kernel permanent as well. For permanency, let's see what can be done. So first off, install the app of Kernel Flasher. The link for that is given in this GitHub page only. I will link this page in my video description. Just go back to the main page. This is the Flasher app. Install the app onto your phone, the Kernel Flasher app. And just let me verify it once. The Kernel Flasher is over here. But as of now, we also need a root app. So for rooting app, let's now install the KernelSU Next app. So open the GitHub page of KernelSU Next. Just give me a second. KernelSU Next. Open their official GitHub page, which is over here. Now go to the release tab. Okay, don't go over here, release tab, don't go there. Instead of that, go to the action tab, and from there, get the latest build from here. Please make sure you are currently logged into GitHub. Then get the latest build from this link. If you don't have this login to GitHub, then you may ask the file. I'll share the file with you as well from my Telegram channel. But it's recommended to do a login to GitHub, and then you will get the icon to get the file. So the file will be in a zip format. Let's extract it to get the APK file. Let me show you downloads. This is the file for the KernelSU Next app. So with this, we are having the latest build of the app. So there will be no issue whatsoever now. This is the over here extracted. You will get the APK file. Let's now install the APK file onto our phone. So always get the file from the action tab for this task and not the release tab. Go to action, log into GitHub account and get the file from here, extract the file and get the APK file. Now let's install the APK file onto our phone. KernelSU Next. Install it. This will take a few seconds. Now type on open and let's now see. In some cases, you might see not installed. Not an issue whatsoever. Just do one thing. Again, reboot to the fastboot mode. And once again, do a fastboot boot command. And for the second time, it might then work. This tends to happen sometimes with this kernel. Not a major cause of concern. Once again, use the command of fastboot. Boot k.img. Our phone should now once again boot to the custom kernel. And with this, we should now be able to flash it as well. This tends to happen sometimes. I have seen this happening sometimes with me as well. But that's not a major cause of any concern whatsoever. Let's now wait for the phone to boot to the OS. And then we'll once again launch the KernelSU Next app. And see what happens now. So the app is over here. And let's now see, you could see it's working. So it's just a minor issue, nothing major. So just simply once again reboot to fastboot mode. So then just use the fastboot boot command. And after that, you could see we are now rooted. It's now working without an issue whatsoever. Once that is complete, you could now go to the tab of super user, refresh it once, and now give the root access to the Kernel Flasher app. Go there, enable super user. It's now done. Now launch the Kernel Flasher app. It has got the root access. So now let's flash the kernel from here. In my case, the slot A is active. So tap on that. Then tap backup and choose and make a backup of all these slots. I already have a backup. In my case, let me just verify it once. I have made a backup, which should be here only. You could see I have just got a backup of all these files. So please make a backup as well. Transfer the file onto your PC. Once that is done, just go back. Type on flash ak3.zip. And now get the zip file from here, which I have just shown you. Release tab, go there. From the kernel tab, go to release section. And from there, get the zip file, which is over here. This time you could flash the zip file because we have got the app and the app is not working. Expand the asset section from here, get the zip file and now flash this any kernel zip file. Just give me a second. The any kernel zip file should be here only. Downloads. This is the file. Okay, choose it, flash. The flashing will take just a few seconds. So let's wait for that to happen. It's now complete. You may now tap on reboot and again choose reboot. The phone will now boot to the OS, and with this, the flashing is now complete and we will now have a custom kernel onto our phone installed. So let's now verify it as well. In the meantime, you may also get the SUSFS module if required. SUS mod is over here. open the link and then get the file. It's optional, but you may get it if you want. So let's try it out as well, if it's working or not. This is the module, start download, and let's now open the phone and let's see now what is the status. Rooting is done or not. So now the rooting is complete. Likewise, we have now the kernel onto our phone. It's now up and running as well. Let's have a look at the app, and then from the Android settings page, we'll also have a look at that. You could see the kernel is the Ember kernel, and from the settings as well, settings, search for the kernel version, kernel, and search kernel version, and you could see EmberHeart kernel we have got onto our phone, and you will now try it out and see the result as well. Let's now try out flashing the SUSFS module, the last thing remaining. So let's change it to file transfer from here, and once that is done, transfer the file SUSFS module onto your phone, which is here. Paste it onto your phone, and now launch the SU Next app. Go to modules, install, and your phone is over here. This is the module. Tap on OK. Let's now see. So if it flash or not, it's flashing is done. Just tap on reboot. So it's now in the OS. Let me see the result, if the SUSFS is working or not. The KernelSU Next is here. Module, kernel version is this one. You could see SUSFS is also there. Modules, let's open this. Okay, not from here, from this menu, and you could see it's working as well. So guys, we have obtained root by the Ember kernel. Its obtained rooting is done as well. Then we have the SUSFS module. Likewise, we have a custom kernel onto our phone. So all the tweaks are now working. Just to recall, first off, you have to do a forward boot and not the forward flash. So do a boot. After that, boot to the OS, then install the KernelSU Next app. But even then, you might get an issue that it's not installed. No issue. Again, boot to forward mode, and again do a forward boot. Then once again launch the KernelSU Next app, and this time you will obtain root with ease, as you could see over here. After that, install the kernel flasher app. Give it the root access from here. Once that is done, open the kernel flasher app. Choose your active slot, and then flash the any kernel 3 zip file, which is over here, as you could see from this link, official page of the Ember kernel. Go to official page. Just give me a second, and then get the zip file of any kernel from here. Flash it onto your phone by this. Tap on this, view active slot, take a backup, then flash. Choose the AK3 zip file and flash it onto your phone, and that is it. So guys, that's all from this video. If you have any query, let me know in the comment section. And thanks a lot for watching. Okay, one more thing. This kernel also supports the NetHunter, and the steps for that are given here. As you could see, it's explained here. So in this case, you have to get the following files. That the files are given here. Let me show the file as well. So get the file from this link, extract it onto your PC. The NetHunter wireless firmware is there. Get the file, also get the modules, extract the module onto your PC. Then get the job done. All the files and the steps are given in the official GitHub page, which is over here. So just have a look at the steps, and you could then get the job done. We have just got the modules compressed. This is the flashing module, kernel module. You will see we have got all the files, required files. The steps are given here. If you want, you may then use this as well for the NetHunter kernel. Loading driver steps are given here, so please do that if required. And that's just about it. You may thanks the developer, the name whose name is, I don't know, it's okay, Never Settle. So thank him. He's made a great kernel for our phone. So with that in mind, let's round up the video. If you have any query, let me know in the comment section. And thanks a lot for watching.